Jesus.
This reminds me a lot of the Operation Saucer stuff that happened in Coharis, Brazil. Do you guys ever hear about that?
No, I have not.
What?
My hand's still burning, by the way. Do we have any, salve or something, tiger balm or anything?
It must be punished for its deed.
Do you need aloe?
Something, yes, please.
Aloe.
Okay.
Can it still make drinks, though?
Angela. That's fantastic.
This is very sweet of you, Angela.
That's
Thank you.
Great.
Succulents.
So gracious.
I would not have done that. He's a creep, but that's fine.
In 1977, in a remote part of Brazil, Coharis was the name. There were several UFOs reported in this sort of in this small area by up to about 100 different individuals. 400 different individuals.
Wow, that's a bunch.
That's a big
this
number.
is and it's not like a metropolitan kind of area. Like this is like it's out in the jungle.
It's a town of like 405 people.
Right. So like basically everyone but the infants saw it. So no, and not only were there sightings, but these people were coming to the hospital with injuries, with burns, with some people claimed that they had small puncture wounds and that blood had been removed from them somehow, and all of it stemming from these lights. Like these lights would beam down and burn someone, or these lights would beam down and start a fire in like a weird place. And this was happening over several nights. And the local police and the local government was contacted. Finally, they sent out the Brazilian government sent out some military personnel to investigate. Right about that time, the captain of that particular squad, Captain Urangue Bolivar Soares Nogueira de Holanda Lima.
A signature of Fort Fritz is butchering your name if you're not American.
Right, I gave him. I got all Spanishy in there, and it's Portuguese, so it's probably like completely different. But
filling out his name for the SAT was the worst.
Oh yeah, the whole thing. There's only like 20
I need
characters
more
in there.
squares.
Yeah.
You only give me one line? Only one line for my name?
But Captain Urangue Bolivar Soares Nogueira de Holanda Lima.
Yeah, nailed it.
And then he just goes, "Do you know who I am?"
Maybe part of that, but not the whole thing.
So this captain, he in the 77 same year, they went out. They had the local Air Force and some government officials and stuff go out and perform an investigation. Obviously, all the lights stopped. All the occurrences of the lights stopped. And after about 4 months of searching the area and investigating, they determined that there was nothing weird happening, and basically chalked it up to kind of a mass hysteria in the area.
So was
Mass hysteria
in the area.
That's
Yes.
fucking awesome. Main Daddy, I would be remiss if I didn't ask, did you open up for those guys in Tampa?
Totally did.
Was it rap rock, like new metal rap rock?
New metal rap rock, totally.
Yes.
Straight
I
up.
honestly thought when we said Corpus Callosum earlier, he was gonna be like, "Oh yeah, nice guys."
No, I was going to say I
band
opened
that.
for the band Tampa there.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, it's like in Texas somewhere.
That's awesome. Was this investigated by the Brazilian Air Force? Like, when everything kind of stopped happening, was it like a large kind of search and seek and destroy
it was
area, or what happened?
They cordoned off a large area of like the forest, and they had search parties go out looking for objects, looking for anyone. Maybe like they thought maybe this was man-made. People were like just messing with people, or had some type of strange weapon that they were using or whatever. So they went out and investigated. They found nothing. Right.
Just messing with people? People are going to the hospial covered in burns. They're like, "Hey, funny joke. Hey,
I got a really high-powered light.
Caipirinhas."
Nice.
Isn't that those giant rodents?
Feijoada.
What?
Capybara. Capybara.
Capybara. Let's go drink some capybaras.
I was like, that sounds like a party I want to go to.
Drink the blood of the capybara. 20 years later.
Okay, 1997.
In 1997. Captain Urangue gave an interview to a famed, and I'm doing air quotes, UFOologist Ademar Jose Gueverard, and a man named Marco Antonio Petit. And they basically got Captain Urangue to admit that not only did they find several unexplainable objects in that forest, that he was part of a larger attempt to cover up the information that they pulled from that site, including forging documents and giving false information.
Wow.
And this was, after he had retired, and he figured it was, I guess, safe for him to divulge this information, but he was very wrong. In fact, about 3 months later, after giving that interview, Captain Urange was found dead in his home after seemingly being hung by the belt of his own bathrobe.
They suicided him.
The Brazilian government quickly ruled it a suicide, and it was not mentioned ever again.
Wow.
And how was Hillary involved? Come on.
Email. She emailed.
That's it. I knew it.
She had all the emails.
Woman.
She emailed the aliens, and she told them.
What kind of like weird Brazilian
Benghazi.
alien artifacts do you think they found?
No, I have no idea.
Right. I mean, you can read more about the specifics of the interview. I don't know that he goes into great detail about what what they looked like, but it was apparently some of them large enough to facilitate or to necessitate large flatbed trucks to remove them from the area.
Wow.
There was something. There was something going on in Coharas, Brazil, and people got suicided for knowing about it and talking about it. And I think that's pretty spooky.
Is this the same? Does this relate in any way to the Brazilian? It's a very well-known, documented alien encounter case, encounter of the fourth kind. I guess third kind, where they visually see another alien and they lock eyes with it. I think there was one case in Brazil.
Fourth kind is abduction. Third kind is contact.
Third time is contact. So
Fourth is abduction.
This would be a third.
This would be like speed dating.
And, that's
there was
The alien just kind of looks at you.
No, that's the
Tinder
fifth kind.
alien Tinder.
It's definitely fifth kind.
Oh.
I know, haha, it's all funny, but there was an actual close encounter of the third kind in Brazil where these people actually saw in this barrio, they saw this alien, and it was translucent, it was extra dimensional, it would shape shift, and it pretty much camouflaged itself out of a neighborhood. And I'm just curious if it's the same UFO case, because there was one around that time that was very well documented.
I did not hear about that, but that sounds like something that would happen in the barrios in Brazil. So I can see that. That's
crazy.
Definitely.
All right.